What would you do if a professional used your property to train their staff and then had the absolute audacity to charge you a consultation fee for it? A few weeks ago, I took my old 72 Chevy to a local specialty shop just for a simple oil change. It's a teaching garage, which I usually support. The head mechanic walks over with 3 young apprentices. He looks at me and says, "Hey, this engine has a perfect textbook example of an original carburetor setup. Do you mind if I show these guys how to tune it by ear?" I figured, why not? It's a lost art, and the car sounds like a dream when it's dialed in. They spent 20 minutes huddled under the hood, passing around a screwdriver and taking notes. I drove home feeling pretty good about helping out the next generation. Yeah, it gets worse. 2 weeks later, I get an invoice in the mail. I'm expecting $35 for the oil. Nope. Right there in bold ink is a $250 charge labeled Advanced Vintage Systems Diagnostic. I called the office immediately. I told them we never asked for a diagnostic. The owner literally used my car as a chalkboard for his students, but the office manager just gave me this incredibly smug, "Well, actually" tone. She said, "Sir, our master technician spent significant time on your vehicle. That is our standard hourly rate for vintage expertise. Pay by Friday or we'll hold your records." That's when I decided, all right, let's play. I sat down, opened a professional billing template, and got to work. I invoiced the garage exactly $300. The line item, specialized technical instructional equipment rental and historical artifact consultation. I didn't mail it. I drove down there, walked past the line of customers, and handed it directly to that same manager. She stared at the paper, completely baffled. I just leaned on the counter and smiled. I told her that since my Chevy was officially acting as a teaching tool for her staff, my standard rental fee for rare machinery was $300. I told her if she insisted their diagnostic was a real service, we could settle the difference in small claims court, where they'd have to produce the actual mechanical report from that session, a report I knew for a fact didn't exist, because they were just listening to the engine hum. Her face turned a deep, bruised purple. 2 days later, the shop owner called me. He wasn't smug anymore. He quietly told me they were nullifying my balance as a gesture of goodwill. I told him I'd consider my invoice settled too. I haven't heard a peep from them since. Moral of the story? Never mistake my kindness for a line item on your ledger.